The hub in Brussels is a vast emergency support centre for migrants. Several big charities come together here to provide food, clothes and medical treatment for hundreds of migrants who arrive every day from the Middle East, East Asia and Africa.
This is your Calais camp right here in Brussels. This is your hub for the whole Belgium operation.
I'm an investigative journalist here with my colleague Rob Lawrie. Rob's ex-British Army, and he's also a voluntary aid worker with refugees. We're on the trail of an international people smuggler who's grown rich exploiting migrants like these.
The migrants, refugees we see in France come from Kurdistan, come from Iran, come from Iraq, and a lot of them have houses or land in their home country that they can sell to pay extortionate fees that smugglers charge. So, for instance, to get a place on a small boat to come across the channel, prices are anything between £4,000 and £7,000.
But for these ones, you're saying they haven't got the money to pay that. So what's their option? How do they make the crossing?
There are smugglers involved who charge up to €800, and that doesn't actually give them anything other than the permission to access wagon parks in and around Belgium.
I want to try by truck.
By truck?
This is my way now. This way is not good. I know that. This way is very difficult and very dangerous.
We know from past experience how smugglers squeeze everything they can out of people. They get the most money possible out of the migrants, and they get the most help they can wangle out of kindly people who want to help refugees. These people are well-meaning, but they can find themselves inadvertently propping up criminals.
This hub where we're at now, this is a perfect place for smugglers, and I've spotted so far here at least 2 people facilitating that I know.
The people trafficker we're after calls himself Scorpion. He's the leader of the Scorpion gang. The police were onto him, but he evaded capture. He's on the run. Every criminal profiler and investigator will tell you that a fugitive's only as good as their support structures. So we've started to dig into Scorpions.
And I can tell you now, 100%, there will be connections to the Scorpion coming through this hub because it's a major smuggling hub. There'll absolutely be connections to the Scorpion in here, and we'll find it.
Rob believes there are clues to be found among the volunteers in refugee centres like this about how Scorpion's network operates. He knows firsthand how you can get close to refugees and end up losing your own sense of right and wrong. He made that mistake once himself, letting his sympathies take over and breaking the law. In 2016, he was arrested as he attempted to take a little girl out of the Calais refugee camp hidden in his van. The plan was to drop her with relatives in England. The child's father had befriended Rob and begged him to do it. Rob was caught at the French border and put on trial, but the judge accepted Rob was being kind, not trafficking for money. I reported on his case. It's how Rob and I met. Since then, Rob's become an authority on people smuggling, and we've made several programmes together, including a series, Girl Taken, about that little girl. In the hunt for Scorpion, Rob thinks there'll be good-hearted people involved, being manipulated by his gang. They'll be much less guarded than the criminals, more likely to tell us things.
How the hell did a middle-aged woman living in a tiny village become embroiled in a network overseen by the Scorpion?
I'm lucky I can do this because all the people, maybe 250, have future now in UK. Because I helped them.
He's out. I don't know if he's got arrested, but he's out. He's free. He's not behind bars.
It's cold up here. I don't know what they're doing. They're sleeping up here. I think they're bringing migrants up here. But we've got like a trapdoor into a secret room.
I'm Sue Mitchell, and this is To Catch a Scorpion from BBC Radio 4. Episode 4, dangerous meddling. Bonjour. Where are you from? Sudan. The Hub refugee centre in Brussels is a modern complex, single-storey, built from concrete and glass. There's a canteen, a clinic, a clothes bank. For smugglers, it's one great source of customers.
You see the guy at the table with the satchel, right? We're going to walk past him, and when you do, walk down and look at his bag, it's full of money. And if you look at what he's showing those migrants, he's showing them maps, Google Maps of wagon parks.
You can spot these smugglers if you know what to look for, and Rob does, from his time working in refugee camps.
And I walked past him, and on that phone is Google Maps, and he's showing him the location of a good wagon park to try tonight, to try and get onto a truck to the UK. Can you see them looking at it there?
Every migrant who speaks to us wants to get into Britain. We spoke to a group from Sudan. Do you think you'll make it to Britain?
Yeah, someday.
Someday?
Yeah, someday.
How do you know which lorry you're going to try?
Me?
Well, both of you.
When I know where it will go, after that I decide to go by this track or not.
Then a couple of these men give us the kind of lead we've been hoping to find here. A lead about someone who could be, with the best intentions, supporting people smuggling gangs, maybe even the gang run by Scorpion, the big boss we're after. They show us an address they have written down on a scrap of paper.
There is person like help people to go to British.
The Sudanese men say they've been given this address by an aid worker at the hub. It's the address of a Belgian woman who lives in a village off the motorway that leads from Belgium into France. They've been told this woman is helping hundreds of migrants get into the UK and charging them nothing. We're immediately on red alert. It's exactly what Rob thought might be happening. Someone who isn't in it for the money, but who might have dealings with the people who are, the smugglers. So we leave the hub and go straight off to try to find this woman. We know her name's Sonia.
So, shall we go see Sonia?
Yeah, it's just started raining.
I don't care. It always rains on me. You know, it always rains on my life.
Go on then. This is quite nice round here.
So it's almost like hiding in plain sight, isn't it? Because this is a picturesque little Flemish village. Let's find somewhere to park.
We arrive at the address from the scrap of paper the Sudanese men have shown us. It was about an hour's drive away. The garden's lovely. There's a patio paved in slate, a lawn, deep borders planted with roses, pots of herbs. There are tables and chairs, a shed that's been made into a summer house. Music's playing. It's a picture of respectability. Except you have to walk past a huddle of young men smoking to get into the door. The door opens into a kitchen area and another group of young men are cooking.
Milk and sugar.
Sonia's welcoming, but the young men look hostile and suspicious. No sugar for me. Thank you. What's the dog called? When we tell Sonia we're BBC journalists and explain that we're trying to trace a fugitive gang leader called Scorpion, Sonia says she knows the name.
He take money from the people. He don't care for them.
Did you think Scorpion took a lot of money from refugees?
Yeah, I think a lot of money. Too much. They go Germany or like
Or
another.
UK.
He not care for them.
Because he was probably putting them in trucks, abusing a lot of people.
Yeah, they know it. They know it.
As it happens, we know of a big lorry park, not far from Sonia's house, that the police have told us is controlled by Scorpion and his gang. When we mention the lorry park to Sonia, we almost can't believe our ears when she tells us she has taken migrants from this house to that lorry park to pick up points sent to the migrants by smugglers. If what the police believe is correct, Those smugglers are working with Scorpion as part of his gang.
The first time I going to the parking.
Wagon park.
Oh, the lorry park.
Yeah, I know. Me was wrong, but yeah, I do it because they have no life here.
So they stay here to hopefully get to the UK.
Yeah, much have a future there now.
In the UK,
yeah.
It's hard to explain how incongruous that confession seems, coming from this small, middle-aged, middle-class woman who lives in a peaceful, affluent village, a village with an ancient church and a gourmet restaurant. Sonia's house is big. Her children grew up here before they left home and she and her husband divorced. She looks arty. She has short hair, dyed bright auburn. So how many people do you think you've got living here?
40.
And so someone's made a bed on the sofa here?
Yeah.
The first and second floors of a house have been converted with stud walls to make extra bedrooms. So you've turned on the light, they're both asleep.
Yeah.
Hi. It's like a migrant hostel up there, with beds and mattresses strewn everywhere. There are more young men, Middle Eastern and African, sleeping upstairs. They wake up as she's showing us around. What time is it now? So it's like 11:15 and they're still asleep.
Lazy, little bit lazy.
Lazy.
I think they go to the wagon park.
Yeah, look, this
At night.
Ibrahim sleep.
Sonia readily confesses even more. She's on occasion brought inflatable dinghies for migrants who can't afford to pay traffickers to do that for them. She finds these dinghies in trade magazines, and she says she's even been to Germany to pick dinghies up. She's taken migrants to the beaches with her dog, a little whippet called Lazarus. It's always dark when the boats set off for England. You can't use torches, they might attract the police. So Lazarus, she explains, is a kind of lookout.
But I want to help them because
So Lazarus has played a big part as a smuggling dog.
They not think I have a boat in. Many people on the boat.
How much is a boat?
Sometimes a new boat, sometimes second hand.
Yeah, and do they have an engine, a motor on the boat?
Mit motor.
With life jackets?
Yeah.
So you buy always you buy life jackets, yeah. When you put people in the boat, it could be really dangerous, like people, and the waves
I know,
are really
I know.
big.
Yeah.
Big waves, really cold, but are you frightened for them? Like, you've
always afraid. But they have no life, Isu. They have no life. They have no future. I'm lucky I can do this because all the people, maybe 200, 250 have future now in UK. Because I help them.
So you think you've helped about 250 people get to England?
Yes.
But you know, people in England, some people in England are not very happy with people coming like this.
Yes.
What would you say to them? Because they would say you're helping what is effectively a sort of process that stands outside of the sort of legal process.
Yeah, I think all the people want to work there, and I think it's good for UK. They working.
But in a way, that isn't really your decision to make, is it? Because some of these people, you don't know their backgrounds. Some of them, you don't know what the people they are, really. You know, you could...
if it's a bad person. But all the people I have here are very, very nice people.
But someone could be hiding their true self.
Yes, it can be hide, but sometimes I send people away because they not good.
Yeah, you were telling us about someone who brought a machete out.
Yeah. But the most people very, very good.
Yeah, I understand that, but some people in England would say, well, that is really the government's choice to allocate visas and work out who the country needs.
But no, it's very wonderful. They came to me and I can help for a very good future.
Yeah. Have you got any pictures of them? Let me see.
Yeah. This is the last.
When did he go?
This is the boy who go yesterday.
A boy, how old's he?
24, I think.
24. So he went yesterday.
Yeah.
You've got so many people on your, like you're scrolling through your phone and there's like so many numbers of people. Like...
Too much. But they call me, but I know.
Yeah,
I talk. Eh? Hello.
Hello.
What happened when you there in England?
Yeah, in Glasgow.
We're so happy now, eh? We're so happy.
Yeah, it's good now.
As we're talking, 3 men stay alongside Sonia the whole time. She explains that these 3, and 3 more who aren't at home when we arrive, are migrants who are living with her permanently. They've been there for more than a year. One seems to be in charge. His name's Musab. When we stop recording, we see Musab berating another man over money he says he should have been paid. Sonia encourages Musab to be interviewed, and reluctantly, he agrees.
Yeah, okay. We will talk. I'm afraid maybe someday they will take me in the jail and the prison.
Yeah, well, you go outside when it's quiet.
Yeah, we talk now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
What? Yeah, so what do you have to say?
So I don't press him with any tough questions, though, because it feels like we're about to poke a hornet's nest here.
She's helped, not just me, before me, a lot of people.
Yeah. Why do you think she does it? Like, what do you think makes someone do that? Like,
I think because Angel maybe, because look, right now she is old. If she got a lot of money, what can she do by the money? You know, this, maybe you don't believe me, she's very famous in Brussels. Everyone, he want to come here.
yeah, there's a lot of people coming.
Yeah, a lot of people is coming. She's helped too much people, not easy. We are not doing anything for her.
Yeah.
Opposite that, she is doing everything for us.
Musab strikes me as pleasant enough when he wants to be, but I wonder what will happen if Sonia ever tries to get him and the other men to leave her home. He's fixing me with his gaze so intently as we speak that I don't notice Rob's gone.
Sue is doing an interview outside now, who I think is the main man, and I'm going to take this opportunity to go have a look upstairs because there's something up there that I want to find out what it is. It doesn't look right in a house, and it looks more like a trapdoor. Here we are. And let me try and explain it. It's on a pulley system, and at the bottom of the pulley system is a bucket of bricks that when I push this up, it's like a trapdoor. Oh, wow. I found a secret room. This is a room that we've never been shown, and it's behind a trapdoor. And I'm looking at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 12 single spring beds here, all with sleeping bags on. So there's papers all over the place, and there's a map, and there's a truck. These are times, but we've got like a trapdoor into a secret room. It's cold up here. I don't know what they're doing. They're sleeping up here. I think they're bringing migrants up here, letting them stay here for a few days and then sending them to the wood park. Oh, they're coming back in. I'm going to get out of here. I'll go back downstairs now.
So Rob's found a secret room upstairs. It's strewn with the things you need to take people out to lorry parks at night. Torches, maps, details of lorries and the routes they take. We ask about the secret room. Sonia says they made it to hide people in danger of deportation in case the authorities ever came. We can't help but wonder if the small group of permanent residents are people smugglers who are hiding the evidence of what they do in the secret room. Are they dropping people off at Scorpion's lorry park because they're working for the Scorpion gang? We talk about that when they leave us alone for a short time.
They've been there for a long, long time, so they're not passing through. So I think at the very beginning, at the inception of this developing, I think they came down and saw an opportunity to exploit Sonia's generosity.
And you think the lorry park, particularly the main one near her house, that is controlled by Scorpion, and that their link with all this gang of people is really that it's a way of people coming down to the lorry parks?
Definitely. I think people think that migrants are just trotting around Belgium and all these different areas in France, just pot-looking in wagon parks. They're not. They're all owned by, high-level criminals. I don't mean tangibly owned. They don't own anything. They don't own the wagon park or the petrol station on that wagon park. But in the underworld, they own the access rights. If you're a migrant, you want to get in the park, you've got to pay me. I own that.
When Sonia comes back in the room, she explains she's a bit distracted today because she's helping some migrants move from the Hub refugee centre in Brussels to a flat near her home. Migrants who apply for asylum in Belgium can claim money for rent if they find a landlord who'll rent to them. Sonia helps them by offering to act as a guarantor. Sonia makes no money from it. The Belgian government pays the landlords directly. Some of these flats are now being used by migrants determined to make their way to Britain.
I have already in this year 20 apartments I find.
Throughout Belgium?
Yeah, everywhere.
20?
Yeah, 20.
Sonia gives us the address for the latest flat they've taken, and we drive over there to meet a couple of the new arrivals. Oh, hi, sorry. Hi, I'm Sue.
How are you? All right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yes. Do we have my friend stay?
Right.
Yes.
Bedroom.
When I ask about their plans, they tell me they hope to be smuggled into England, hidden in the back of a lorry.
In the truck?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do many people get through by truck still?
All people will be by the lorry. It's good for
Many?
Yeah.
So the smuggler finds the truck, opens it.
Yeah. Too much, yeah. By the lorry.
While I'm making a cup of tea with one of the men, the other tells Rob that they're making their smuggling arrangements. Rob asks if they've heard the name Scorpion, and the man nods. He knows Scorpion has something to do with the lorry park. Rob tells me about it as we leave.
Do you know when he didn't want recording? He was telling me that he'd be in Britain within 2 months because of Sonia's house. He's definitely heard the name Scorpion several times, but he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who the Scorpion is. Yeah. So we're on the right trail here because he's basically saying that everything for all his group is coordinated from Sonia's house.
We go back to Sonia's house and ask if what's happening here with the lorries and the dinghies has ever attracted the attention of the police. She says it has. An officer stopped her one night as she was moving a boat down to the beach. She was taken to the station, warned never to do it again, told that if she does, she'll be charged and imprisoned. But Sonia hasn't stopped, and that was 9 months ago. And so far, there have been no consequences. And how come they let you go, like the police, if you only spent one night in jail? Why didn't they charge you?
Yeah, after they say, we're gonna look for you, but they never look.
So they
and
did.
Also 3 people with me, refugee, in the jail.
Oh, they arrested 3 refugees as well?
Yeah.
Although Sonia doesn't see it like this, in helping migrants, she's providing customers for people smugglers. When we share our suspicions with her and ask if the group of young men living permanently with her might be working for Scorpion, she doesn't really answer.
Not sympathy, but they have no way to get here. They have no way to get here. No, I'm not sympathy for them. If I can, I do it free.
Do you worry, though, that in a way the smuggling gangs might be using you?
Yeah, they are dangerous people, but maybe I have lucky. But I'm not thinking about this, I just help. Refugees is not popular anymore in Belgium. I don't know if they have no smuggle, they not can come to here.
So you think the smugglers are a necessary part? You think they're necessary to help people?
Yeah. It's better maybe they stay in their country, but they have also no life there.
As we head away from Sonia's house, we see a big field to our left, with a footpath running through it, leading to the lorry park. It's the path the migrants would take at night, walking about 2 miles. The smugglers divide up these lorry parks as territory, charging migrants for access to them, helping them stow away. When we'd mentioned this lorry park to Sonia, she knew it and said she'd directed migrants here. Scorpion would have made money from those migrants, charging them about €800 each. The lorry park's like a fortress with a high wall of chain link fencing.
Look at the wall they've put up. See that wall?
So basically we've driven into the truck stop and they've got like a 12-foot wall
Yeah.
all round it to try and stop people coming from the field, I guess.
Yeah. It's an unusual thing though, isn't it? Obviously they're doing something about it.
We arrive and see a big security fence designed to keep migrants out, breached by people smugglers.
So this fence has literally been removed, hasn't it?
Look, how long has that fence been down?
Yeah, because there's actually weeds growing in
That
it.
has grown through it. That's how they've done it. Look at that.
So it's on steel structured bolts going in.
They've actually taken that bolt out, haven't they?
And how's no one noticed? How's it not been put back?
Look, footprints. And look, this has got no grass. They're waiting where all that grass is crumpled down. Then when the time's right, they're coming through this gap that they've made.
We see the spot where Sonia would have dropped her people off.
Ah, you see, that's where they all sit. You see down there? See all the discarded water bottles and tissues and everything like that? This is exactly where they'll come to. And they'll sit here. So down here.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's so blatant though, isn't it?
Once they've got the go-ahead and they've paid the money, they will stay at Sonia's house, and then every night they get into that wagon park, and that's when they start looking for the right trucks.
It makes you wonder how many people are crossing each night.
More and more are making it through.
Meeting Sonia has shown us how sympathy for migrants makes catching people like Scorpion more difficult for the authorities. She doesn't really accept that he's doing anything wrong, apart from charging too much. She's assuming that things at her house can just carry on as they are. That's probably unwise. Surveillance operations by police take time, but smugglers are being jailed. Police and prosecutors in Europe cooperate in investigating and prosecuting traffickers who seem to move effortlessly across borders.
Check the doors on the right and on the left.
The next morning, we decide to sit in on a trial in the criminal courts in Bruges. So basically, some of them have come in now with handcuffs. They're just taking the handcuffs off.
This little girl's waving at her daddy. Bless her.
There are 20 traffickers in the dock. They've smuggled 10,000 people into the UK. Their phone calls were intercepted and recorded by the police. We're not allowed to record the court proceedings, but outside we speak with a couple of the prosecutors. Luc Arnoux tells us that whatever people like Sonia might think, the reality is that in helping migrants get smuggled into Britain, she's directing money to criminals who are utterly ruthless. One of the smugglers in this case was recorded on the phone, telling passengers trapped in a boat sinking in the English Channel, people who were begging him for help, not to call the emergency services until they were in British waters, because otherwise he wouldn't get paid.
They speak of calling the police, and they, no, don't call the police, because every boat is £80,000 worth. So he wanted to get them across the channel so that he could earn the money, of course.
So there's clear evidence there that these people who have been found guilty today are literally putting money well above people's lives.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Which is the point, isn't it? I mean,
the point is, of course, as far as I'm concerned, this kind of crimes are crimes against humanity, because people are fleeing their own country for poverty or racism or exploitation and stuff like that. And the traffickers themselves, they exploit again.
I put a lot of time in the international cooperation here with France and Germany and the UK, and it turned out well. What we did was good. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you go through Belgium, we can prosecute you. And that was a signal that we wanted to give.
Another prosecutor in this case, Anne Lekoviak, helped compile the evidence against Scorpion, the man we're hunting. He went on the run and escaped arrest. Scorpion was tried in his absence and sentenced to 10 years in jail with €1 million fine. That was in the autumn of 2022. We've heard from a migrant that Scorpion has a base in Turkey. When we ask Anne Lekoviak if any more's known about where Scorpion might be now, she says there's been an important development since we last spoke to the British police at the National Crime Agency a few days ago. Scorpion has been detected crossing from Turkey, so that information was right, into Iraq. Anne says he's been arrested there and put in prison.
For us, the information that we have, and that must be authentic, is that he's in prison.
How can we verify that?
We have a document that says he's in prison. Of course, we can't go there and see if he's really in prison, but that's the information we have so far. And they say they are looking to get him extradited to Belgium.
Have those papers been applied for?
Well, we are working on that.
Oh, right.
And the Iraqis, they seem to cooperate.
Oh, really?
Yes. And now we will do our best to get him here. What the Iraqis really want with Belgium is to have a memorandum of understanding. So I think they are using it as a
lever.
Yeah. If they keep him in Iraq for 8 years in prison, it's okay for us as well.
We feel pleased and disappointed in turns. We really want Scorpion arrested because we've met people he's harmed. But we've been making progress finding him, and we'd hope to confront him ourselves. If Scorpion is in jail in Iraq, then the hunt's over. We know the chances of visiting him in prison are probably zero. But we try. Rob asked an old contact in Iraq which prison Scorpion would be taken to.
Yeah, so I've just got a text from my man in Iraq, and he says, I have some news about... Well, you can read it out, hang on. How are you, mate? Good. I've got information about Barzan Majeed. Hey, mate, you all right?
Yes, thanks, mate.
Oh, good, good.
We've altered the man's voice to protect him.
So, Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Last I heard is that he had been arrested in Iraq, and that Iraq were trying to do a deal with Belgium to extradite him back to Belgium. That's what I heard.
He's out. I don't know if he's got arrested, but he's out. He's not in prison.
He's definitely out and free.
He's free. He's not behind bars. Money can sort anything out. Money works.
Oh, wow. So there's a lot of misinformation going about, isn't there?
I'm telling you for certain he's out. He's free.
We put down the phone and we can't believe it. If Scorpion is already out of jail in Iraq, why don't the police in Europe know that? What can they do about it? It must be so frustrating for them. They've put huge resources into an international investigation, only to see the top man escape arrest, then make it back home to Iraq, where all his money is deposited. We picture Scorpion sunning himself, directing his business from his mobile phone, wringing his profits out of desperate people, answerable to no one, probably still using the goodwill of others to get what he wants. What can we do?
Well, we've discussed the idea of just flirting over to Iraq, and I think you've picked up on my concerns of us two going as lone wolves into Iraq to look for a really high-end smuggler, and I've expressed those concerns.
I agree with you, because basically if he was picked up and that story's true, if he was in prison and he's able to buy his way out of prison, then we need to know that, and we need to be putting that to the authorities as well.
I'm Sue Mitchell, and that was episode 4 of To Catch a Scorpion from BBC Radio 4. You can find all the episodes on BBC Sounds. It was recorded by me and Rob Lawrie. It was produced by me, Winifred Robinson and Joel Moores. Original music was by Mom Toody. Sound design was by Tom Brignall. Next, we go on the hunt for members of the Scorpion gang who've served sentences for trafficking. If we find them, might some part with what they know?
Were you a smuggler?
I was smuggler.
Okay.
Don't respect for other people. I am scared for this job.